Orson Welles, 1915 to 1985, was an American actor, director, writer, and producer who is widely regarded as one of the most influential figures in the history of cinema and theater. Here are some key details about Orson Welles. Early life and education. Orson Welles was born on May 6, 1915, in Kenosha, Wisconsin, USA. He showed a talent for performing and storytelling from a young age. Welles attended the Todd School for Boys in Woodstock, Illinois, where he developed his skills in theater and arts. The Mercury Theater. In the 1930s, Welles co-founded the Mercury Theater, a theater company known for its innovative productions. The Mercury Theater produced notable stage plays, including a controversial adaptation of William Shakespeare's Macbeth set in a fictional Caribbean island and an acclaimed production of Julius Caesar. War of the Worlds broadcast. On October 30, 1938, Orson Welles directed and narrated the radio adaptation of H. G. Wells' novel War of the Worlds as part of the Mercury Theater on-the-air program. The realistic radio drama, presented as a series of news bulletins, caused panic and confusion among some listeners who mistook it for a real news broadcast. Citizen Kane. Orson Welles' most celebrated work in film is Citizen Kane, 1941, which he co-wrote, directed, and starred in. The film is regarded as a cinematic masterpiece and is often cited as one of the greatest films ever made. It explores the life of a newspaper magnate and is known for its innovative storytelling techniques and cinematography. Other film projects. Welles directed and acted in several other notable films, including The Magnificent Ambersons, 1942, The Lady from Shanghai, 1947, Touch of Evil, 1958, and Chimes at Midnight, 1965. However, he faced challenges throughout his career, including studio interference, financial difficulties, and controversies, which affected the distribution and completion of some of his projects. Later career. In addition to his film work, Welles also had a successful career in theater, radio, and television. He continued to act, direct, and write for various mediums throughout his life, both in the United States and internationally. Orson Welles left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry with his innovative storytelling techniques, visual style, and unique approach to filmmaking. His work continues to be studied and admired by filmmakers, actors, and audiences worldwide. The U.S. government has used War of the Worlds radio broadcast panic as an excuse to hide the truth from the public on the UFO issue. The War of the Worlds radio broadcast did not cause widespread panic as some may claim. Here is a timeline outline of the events surrounding Orson Welles' War of the Worlds radio broadcast panic in 1938. October 30, 1938, on the evening before Halloween, the Mercury Theater on the Air, a radio drama program created by Orson Welles and his colleagues, aired their adaptation of H. G. Wells' science fiction novel War of the Worlds on the CBS radio network. 8 p.m. The program began with an introduction indicating that it was a dramatization of the novel. However, some listeners missed or misunderstood this introduction. 8:12 p.m., the broadcast progressed, presenting the story as a series of news bulletins interrupting a regular musical program. The realistic-sounding news bulletins described an alien invasion from Mars, with details of the destruction and chaos unfolding. 8:40 p.m., as the broadcast continued, more listeners tuned in, many of them unaware that it was a fictional drama. Panic began to spread as people believed the events described were real. 9 p.m., reports of panicked listeners calling authorities and seeking shelters started to emerge. The radio station received numerous phone calls from alarmed listeners. 9:20 p.m., the broadcast ended, and the program resumed its regular programming. Orson Welles returned to the microphone to clarify that it was a dramatization and not an actual news broadcast. October 31, 1938, newspapers covered the panic the next day, with headlines highlighting the public's reaction to the broadcast. The incident sparked a nationwide debate on the power and responsibility of the media. It's important to note that while there was panic and confusion among some listeners, the extent of the panic and the number of people affected have been subject to debate. Some reports suggest that the panic was exaggerated, and the number of people who genuinely believed the broadcast was much smaller than initially reported. Nonetheless, The War of the Worlds broadcast remains a significant event in broadcasting history.